Okay, I'm going to try to put this on Insta, which is why the video is like this. I'm going to have an Insta Rumble on YouTube. So that's why the video is condensed. Sorry if I flip it this way on Insta, it doesn't come out right. Okay, several days ago, a week ago, Gina Carano was fired from The Mandalorian season 3 because of a comment she made. In the Third Reich, and yes, there was Oscar Schindler, Miep Geist, there were many brave men and women in the Third Reich who risked their lives to either hide Jews or evacuate Jews to safety, being England, the United States, Switzerland, or elsewhere. But there were also a lot of people in the Third Reich who gave in to the mob. The Third Reich brainwashed the populace into believing the Jew was the enemy. The Jew is responsible for all the world's ills. The Jews robbed the banks. The Jews are the reason we lost World War I. The Jews create storms. The Jews use evil magic, okay? And it was really, really, really nasty. It was a steady diet of anti-Jew stuff every day, on the radio, in the newspaper, everywhere. And you had Crystal Knot. Crystal Knot, the Night of Broken Glass, was where private citizens went out and they threw rocks and bricks at any Jew-owned business, and the broken glass refers to the glass that was broken from their storefronts that's on the ground. Okay? You had Jews that were assaulted by private citizens. You had Jews that were turned in. You might have had someone that was half Jew, half Christian, practicing Christian, or half Jew, half Christian that did not register as a half Jew, half Christian, whatever the fuck it was, and their neighbor might have turned them in because they had the Torah, or they had the menorah, or they had the, or maybe they had the yarmulke or something like that, but they had a Jew relic. Oh yeah, I mean, you're a Jew, and they were turned in. They were people that were called Jew hunters. The guy that they think they know the guy that betrayed Anne Frank. Okay, these Jew hunters were mostly civilians who were given a little junior G-man badge, and they went into the public and developed leads and helped the Nazis Gestapo figure out who the Jews were, who was hiding Jews, who was giving Jews falsified papers, anything like that at all. And they were rewarded. The guy that is responsible, believed to be responsible for Anne Frank, he said, I lost track of 200. And that guy was there when the Franks were arrested, by the way. And if you look at America today, everyone is being taught, anyone who is pro-life, anyone who wears a red hat with white lettering on it, anyone who owns a gun, anyone who likes Donald Trump, anyone who believes in fiscal responsibility, anyone who believes in illegal immigration, anyone who believes that everyone should be equal, everyone that believes in school choice, okay? They are terrorists, they are monsters, they are evil, they are domestic terrorists, okay? And keep in mind, the communication devices available to us today were 1,000 times more enhanced than they were during the 1930s, 1940s, okay? Example, a couple hundred people broke into the Capitol on January 6th. The politicians, in particular the Democrats, want us to believe that was a terrorist attack and that was the worst thing that ever happened in American history. The same exact politicians, which include Andrea Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman from the Bronx, and former Vice President Kamala Harris, okay, those same exact politicians publicly supported the BLM race riots, okay? The BLM race riots completely obliterated black neighborhoods. Completely. Entire black stores, black-owned stores, black patronized stores, anything black, illegal immigrant, Asian, Hispanic, okay, minority neighborhoods burned to the ground, okay? 77-year-old black retired police captain shot in the back on live TV. Okay? Black people randomly shot, okay? White people randomly attacked, okay? You had politicians that were on CNN, NBC, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and they publicly endorsed the carnage. They said, this is wonderful. This is the carnage we're going to have, okay? We support this, okay? Kamala Harris, former senator from California, she was one of the many politicians raising money for the bail funds. One of the individuals she bailed out should have been sitting in county jail awaiting trial for multiple felonies, yet instead she bailed him out. He broke someone's skull open the next day when he should have been in jail waiting trial. Hold on a minute. Yeah? So I had to run an errand. Okay. And that was that. And that is what Gina Carano said. Gina Carano reminded us that a long time ago in Nazi-occupied Germany, the government brainwashed people to believe Jews are the enemy. Now, the government is brainwashed people to believe Republicans, conservatives, pro-lifers, pro-gunners, small business owners are the enemy. That was the truth. Now let's contrast that with an entire list of celebrities. There is a list of celebrities a mile long, and some of those celebrities work for Disney under the umbrella of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, not Sam Jackson, and not Jeffrey Reiner. But a whole bunch, like Leonardo DiCaprio, a whole bunch of celebrities, many of whom work under Disney, the Marvel umbrella, like Gina Carano worked for Disney under the Star Wars umbrella. They signed the petition to end the Dakota pipeline. The Dakota pipeline is a pipeline that sends gas and other natural resources through several states and employs 4,500 Americans, mostly plumbers, pipe fitters, construction workers, bulldozer operators, stuff like that. Truck drivers, yeah. They signed a petition saying that should be shut down, which would end 4,500 American jobs immediately. Maybe some of those guys might get a job working as a plumber in a small company that does really nice houses and make a decent amount of money. Or maybe a bulldozer operator might get a job working as a forklift guy in Home Depot, make less money. Or maybe they'll be out of work entirely because of the pandemic, shit's still going on, shut down, okay? The point is, you have celebrities that average $20 million a movie, whose wealth could be anywhere from $500 million to $800 million to maybe $1 billion. They make $20 million a movie, plus the umbrella of Marvel, they get bonus money for going to Comic-Con. Okay, they also make commercials on the side. They also do autograph signings, things like that, public appearances. And even if they stop working today and never work again the rest of their lives, they could easily afford, with the money in their savings account alone, a $10 million house, a Rolls Royce, and pay all their bills for the rest of their life. Easy. And they're telling the government to shut down jobs of guys that have to get up at 6 a.m. and go out and do something. Whether that's digging a hole, fitting a pipe, bulldozing, trucking, okay? Stuff like that. Most of these guys have families to feed. A lot of the guys have bills to, always have bills to pay. And most have, children, grandchildren, spouses, stuff like that. Elderly parents, and then you're looking after. Okay? So you are sitting in a mansion with millions and millions and millions of dollars at your disposal, and you're telling the government, I don't want those guys to work anymore. Fire them. How do you get millions of dollars? You get millions of dollars because those guys go to the movie theater and buy the movie that you're in. They buy the ticket to see the movie you're in. Or they buy your movie on Blu-ray. Or they take their kid to the Comic-Con to see you in person. Okay, that's how they get their money. They get their money. That's how you get your money. You get your money from them. Okay? So you're telling people that make a fraction of the money you make, they shouldn't work at all because you don't think they should. Let's talk about pollution. The United States of America pollutes this planet less than any other country in the world. Yes, we do have to do some pollution to make energy so we can live. But the United States of America produces the least amount of pollution. And these celebrities, they all drive SUVs, gas-guzzling SUVs with V8 engines. They all own or rent private jets. Most of them will go on not a cruise, but a luxury yacht, which means rather than go on a giant ship that has 1,000 families, you go on a small ship that has 10 people. It's smaller, but only has 10 people on it. And has a helicopter pad and 5 pools and all this other bullshit. Okay? They have houses that generate tons of energy. Okay? Leonardo DiCaprio's pool uses more energy in one day than the average American house uses in 1 year. Consider also the mansion he has. Okay? Leonardo DiCaprio once hired his beautician to fly on his private jet to twerk his eyebrows. Tweak or twerk, okay? Now, as an American citizen, he's free to do that. And as a wealthy man, he can afford the bill. But when you're guilt-tripping me because I drive to work too many times or because I have too much gas in the car, okay, I don't want to see you putting someone on a fucking private jet to twerk your fucking eyebrows, okay? Yeah. Now, without entertainment, this would be a very boring world. Okay? We need entertainment. I like TV shows, I like movies. I like being entertained. Without gasoline, we would die. So without your job, my life is boring. Without their job, I don't have a life. Because the gasoline to power my car to go to work, and I'm on vacation this week in case you're wondering why I'm staying home. That comes from them. The food that I buy, the truck that brings the food to me, needs gas from them. Okay? So without energy, I would literally starve or freeze to death. Okay? Without you, I'd be bored. So alive and bored or just dead. Okay? So their job is far greater than your job in importance. You who sits on the fucking hill with the fucking crown and the ruby ring. Okay? Yes, you. Okay? Now, Disney immediately fired all these guys that were, Don Cheadle was one of them. Okay? Disney immediately fired all these guys that signed the petition, right? No. They only fired Gina Carano. So Gina Carano tells the truth. She's fired. Don Cheadle, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, Ryan Reynolds, another one. They call for people to lose their job because they don't like what they do. Peasant, fuck you. Okay? And they get to keep their job. Okay? Hypocrisy much? Okay? The guy that pumps the gas, that guy's essential. You who makes a movie, you're a fucking pissant. You're not essential. Thank you.